Hey everyone, it's Fainin, and welcome to the Finbrand channel. Today we're diving deep into Interstellar 2014, directed by Christopher Nolan. So without any further ado, let's get started. Interstellar is described as brilliant but a bit complicated, often requiring multiple viewings to grasp all the theories presented. This explanation aims to clarify those confusions. The movie focuses on the speed of time, wormholes, black holes, binary codes, and Newton's theory of gravity. The central character is Cooper, a former NASA pilot who now works as a farmer. The setting is a future Earth where scientists are no longer as crucial as farmers due to widespread crop failure. Wheat and okra stopped growing 7 years prior, leading to frequent dust storms that damage crops. Cooper now cultivates corn. Cooper lives with his 2 children, a bright daughter named Murph and an average son named Tom. Murph notices books falling from her bookshelf and believes there's a ghost in her room. Cooper, initially dismissive of ghosts, encourages her to observe and understand the phenomenon scientifically. During a dust storm that cancels a baseball game, Cooper returns home to find dust lines on Murph's floor. He realizes these lines are connected to the falling books. Cooper discovers that gravity is causing the books to fall. A coin toss confirms a strong gravitational force in the room. This leads him to deduce that the lines are a message in binary code, a language used by computers and electronic devices, ones and zeros, representing thick and thin lines. Decoding the message reveals a hidden location. Cooper and Murph investigate and are apprehended by security. They are questioned by a scientist named Emily. They are taken to a hall where Professor Brand, Emily's father and Cooper's former colleague at NASA, is present. Murph explains that gravity led them to the location. Professor Brand reveals that NASA and other space organizations were secretly shut down due to budget constraints, as people prioritize food over space programs. However, a secret NASA-affiliated organization continued its work. It means that wheat has ceased to grow, and soon all crops will disappear, leading to a decline in oxygen levels on Earth. The solution is not to save Earth, but to leave it. An Endurance spaceship with enough fuel to find a habitable planet similar to Earth exists. Rockets are available to reach this spaceship. Brand informs Cooper that a wormhole spontaneously appeared near Saturn 48 years ago. This wormhole allows for quick travel across galaxies. The Milky Way is one of countless galaxies in the universe. Brand explains that an advanced civilization or future technology is guiding them to explore other galaxies. 13 individuals have already been sent through the wormhole to find Earth-like planets. Each explorer was accompanied by a robot that would send a signal if a suitable planet was found. Signals from 3 planets have been received, indicating their existence, but direct contact isn't possible due to signal limitations. Professor Brand outlines 2 plans. Plan A states that if a habitable planet is found, a large space shuttle which they are currently in will transport many people from Earth to the new planet. This plan relies on manipulating gravity to make the shuttle float. Plan B states that if Plan A fails, an astronaut will be sent with 5,000 embryos to establish a new human civilization on the chosen planet. Brand invites Cooper, a pilot, to join the mission, and Cooper accepts for the sake of humanity. Murph is upset about her father leaving due to the high risks involved. Cooper explains that his actions are for their well-being and the world's. Murph decodes another message from her room: stay. Despite this, Cooper prepares to leave, giving Murph one of his 2 watches. He explains that time moves slower in space, so he might return at the same age while she ages significantly. Murph cries as Cooper departs. Cooper travels in a rocket to the Endurance spaceship. From there, a smaller spaceship goes to a wormhole named Gargantua, which leads to the 3 planets where signals were received. They decide to go to Miller's planet first, as it is the closest. This planet is near the wormhole, meaning it has a strong gravitational force. 1 hour on Miller's planet equals 7 years on Earth. The planet is named after Miller, the explorer who arrived there. First upon arrival, they find Miller's spacecraft destroyed, with only his robot active and sending signals. The planet is covered in 2 feet of water with no land or mountains. Emily mistakes large waves for mountains and tries to investigate. Cooper warns her as massive waves approach. They attempt to escape in their space jet, but Emily is almost left behind, saved by the robot. One of their companions is lost in the process. Their space jet fills with water, taking 3 hours to drain before they can leave. When they return to the Endurance, their companion who stayed behind has aged significantly. He tells them 23 years, 4 months, and 8 days have passed on Earth, and many messages have arrived. Cooper watches messages, including one from his son Tom, who is now married with a child and believes Cooper is dead. He also receives a message from Murph, who is now his age and working with Professor Brand at NASA. They must now choose between 2 remaining planets. Cooper and another doctor want to go to Man's planet because it's closer. Emily, however, advocates for Admin's planet due to stronger data suggesting habitability. With limited fuel, they decide to go to Man's planet. On Man's planet, they find Man in a sleeping chamber. Man claims that while the planet has high ammonia levels, the mountains are normal with breathable air. However, they discover Man had turned off his robot, which sends accurate signals. Man claims the robot was sending false information. Meanwhile, Professor Brand, on his deathbed, reveals to Murph that Plan A was a deception. The only real plan was Plan B, to send 5,000 embryos to a new planet to restart human life, as Earth is beyond saving. Professor Brand dies. Murph records this message and sends it to Cooper. Cooper realizes that Emily was also unaware of her father's true intentions. Cooper, distraught by the news, decides to return to Earth. His colleague suggests he orbit a black hole and leave a robot to collect data for Professor Brand's black hole theory. As Cooper and Man leave, Cooper discovers Man's lie. The planet is entirely filled with ammonia, unsuitable for life. Man had faked the data to save himself and turned off his robot. A fight ensues, and Emily intervenes, saving Cooper. Man escapes in a space jet, attempting to connect with the Endurance. However, he fails, causing an explosion that sends the Endurance spinning. Cooper and Emily connect their jet to the spinning Endurance. They use a slingshot theory, also seen in the Indian movie, Mangalyaan, to get closer to the black hole. Their goal is to reach the 3rd planet, Admin's planet, which offers promising data. However, the slingshot isn't powerful enough to send them directly into the black hole. Cooper decides to detach his spaceship from the shuttle and sends his robot into the black hole to collect data, losing contact with it. He is then pulled into the black hole and finds himself in a 5th dimension, a tesseract created by advanced beings from the future. The purpose of this tesseract is to allow future humans to contact present-day humans to save Earth. In the tesseract, Cooper can observe all moments in his past and future. He sees his young daughter, Murph, and tries to contact her. Unable to speak, he uses gravity to manipulate the falling books and create binary code messages in the dust, including the word stay, which Murph had noted. His contact with the robot is re-established, and he learns it has collected all the black hole data. Cooper wants to send this data to Murph, who is now a scientist working with Brand. He can't directly tell her, so he uses Morse code, a method of sending messages through movement or clicks, like a ticking clock or blinking light. Cooper transfers all the black hole data into the second hand of the watch he gave Murph. Murph, also a scientist and aware of Morse code, notices the strange ticking of the watch. She deciphers the code, finally explaining the black hole data that Professor Brand couldn't. After this, Cooper disappears from the Tesseract and wakes up in a hospital. He is on Cooper Station, which he initially believes is named after him for saving the world. However, the doctors inform him it's named after his daughter, Murph Cooper, who finally solved the gravity theory and saved them all. Cooper visits an elderly Murph, delighted to see her despite the vast age difference caused by time dilation. He asks about Emily, and Murph tells him that Emily is on Admin's planet, where she found habitable life. Cooper then travels to Admin's planet in his spaceship, reuniting with Emily, and the movie ends. The explanation concludes by suggesting that a second part to the movie is likely. I invite you to like, comment, and suggest other movies. Until then, bye, have a nice time.